Do
Yeah.
you find that when you teach pranayama, is there the same type of relationship that is built? Is it or is it different? Like
I think it's very similar
very
because
similar. Mm-hmm.
people think for some reason that pranayama, a lot of the people that come for the first time to my classes
Mm-hmm.
think that breathing is not gonna be too challenging, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
It's probably because they haven't practiced pranayama,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but it can often be more challenging, I feel, than
Yeah.
the asana practice because you're sitting
Yeah.
there for an hour. The body starts reacting inevitably,
Mm-hmm.
and the mind goes all over the place, right? And
Yeah.
on top of that, you're trying to control the breath. It's a very challenging practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like I think it holds the same meaning as the asana practice in a more contained, personal, and internal way, right? Because you are
Absolutely.
like everything is internalized.
Yeah.
And I often feel like it triggers sometimes um, an emotional response in the students
Absolutely. Yeah.
that maybe asana it can happen, but I think this feeling of not having air sometimes or having too much air can trigger a lot of emotions. So i do
Absolutely.
i do feel like I have to develop a personal connection where I know this student, and I have to be very mindful of giving them a lot of options, right?
Yeah.
Because my intent is never for them to just stay in the practice feeling like they're
Mm-hmm.
choking the whole time, right?
Oh,
Then they are
absolutely.
it's very hard to find that moment of stillness and concentration and also ahimsa of being gentle with yourself. So I have to know the student in order to give them a lot of options to build
Mm-hmm.
a relationship with something that's so integral for their lives as their breath,
Mm-hmm.
right? And to make them familiar with this instrument they have inside that a lot of the times we do in automatic, right? Like when
Mm-hmm.
we're breathing and you're not thinking like I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling
Yeah.
all the day, right? So it's kind of building a relationship with your body in a different way
Mm-hmm.
that has more to do about your energy control than how flexible or not your body is. It
Yeah.
has more to do with what how flexible your mind is at the moment.
I am so excited. Like, I'm looking forward to taking your pranayama workshops when you come here because I would say in the past 2 years, I've started. I mean, I've always done pranayama, but my analogy to my students is like I was doing pranayama like I was doing. Maybe this is not a nice thing to say, but I was doing pranayama like I was doing vinyasa before,
Yeah.
and then I
Mm,
did like Ashtanga, which has like a structure. And
mhm,
then recently in the past 2 years, I've been using because this is what I have been introduced. It's Gregor Mael's style of doing pranayama where we're doing like the digital counting and there's a little bit more structure than what I was doing before. And what was crazy was I would lead, my students and do Nadi Shodhana, and I would lead them to do pranayama. But when I did it I've been teaching for a long time. I've been teaching for over 20 years, right? But I would do it with my eyes closed. I would just do my own practice, tell them what to do, but do the pranayama with my eyes closed. And then just last year, I opened my eyes and I'm like, oh my goodness, I should have opened my eyes a long time ago. People's hands are all over here and they're all like this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Now I'm like opening my eyes and I'm trying to teach pranayama in a more structured way
Yeah.
um, with the same eye that I have for like an asana practice. So I'm very curious to see like what you're going to teach me. And I'm also curious to know because I unfortunately never had the chance to learn, in Mysore from Sharath. And I know that there is a pranayama that was taught to those, students over there that I'm sort of, I've seen glimpses of it, but never really practiced it. So maybe is the practice that you're going to teach us, is it related to what's in Mysore or is it like was in Mysore or is it completely different?
It is.